Hey everybody, it's Barb Ryder, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live on Monday, September 30th, the last day before the new Stampin' Up! Year starts for us demonstrators. So if you're joining me on Facebook, welcome. Let me know that you're here. And if you are joining me on my YouTube channel, please give me a thumbs up or give me a comment that you watched the video and tell me what you thought. This is what I'm calling a craft along, and so it's a class. It's a free class to watch the video. However, some people chose to get the craft along kit so that they have all the things at their fingertips to rewatch this video and create these products. Hello June and welcome. So if you you can go at your own pace when you use these products and stamp. Tonight is going to be an instructional video. Of course, if you have questions as I'm going through them, please make sure and ask. Hi Jan, if you are watching the replay and you have any questions, please reach out to me. But I believe I'll get a notice if you do ask a question in the video afterwards and you're watching the replay. So I don't want to do a lot of chit chat in the video. I have the 4 projects to share with you. I do want to say a couple things though. Tomorrow starts a new month with Stampin' Up! And every month Stampin' Up! Comes up with some new kits, and I haven't really done kits in my classes online or my lives too much, but there's some really great kits that are coming starting tomorrow. At the same time, we have a joining promotion that starts, I believe it's tomorrow in the month of October, and I would love to have you as part of my team. It's the kit is going to be it's $99, free shipping, but you pay your tax. Hi Peggy, good evening. And you get $155 in product of your choice, and that goes for online exclusives, mini catalog, annual catalog, clearance rack items. It includes all of it. So if you have questions about that, I'd love to talk with you. There's perks to being part of my team. I have several people that are out of state that are on my team, as long as and also close, where we do have in-person meetings. So I would love to share more with you if you have any questions at all. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn down the camera. I'm just looking on my camera on my phone to make sure everything is moving along, so that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn down the camera, and we're going to get started with this class. I'm still up here in the corner so that you can see me if you want to, but yeah, there I am. So we're using the stamp set, which was part of your craft along kit if you purchased it, the Carrying Leaves, and we're using every one of these stamps with the cards that I'm doing tonight. And I exclusively used this set for the stamping and the sentiments. You can use whatever sentiments you want, but these leaves are really pretty cool, and that's why I chose that. You will also have a portion of the trim, the Natural Tones linen thread trim, and a portion of the dots that are the faux glass dots in your kit, along with each envelope that has your parts and pieces in there. And you will have 2 pieces, a white and a vanilla, of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, I believe, so you can stamp your leaves and you can cut them out when you're ready to do that part of your card. Now, you can see I've already pre-stamped and cut these out. And that's so I can save time in teaching you this class. All right, so now I did not, there's the first card, I wanted to show you this technique, so I did not stamp those, and I'll be using the white for that. Okay, we're done with this here. I'm going to move that back out of the way and move that out of the way. And I have all my little parts and pieces in the envelopes, so I'll be able to, except for my dots. So I'll put those over here so I can grab them. All right, the first card that we're going to create is, well, let's do this. If you are watching this as a replay and you want to craft with these kits, two things. You can get a free tutorial if you join my email list, and you will see in the you can go right to my website and click contact me, join my email list there. You can also click the easy link that's down over in the comment section that pops up. You can click that link and you can join my email list there. If you'd like the recipe with all the measurements and color photos of these, join my email list. All right. Now, ink colors that I'm using are just kind of fall colors. I have Old Olive, Cajun Craze, Pumpkin Pie, and Copper Clay. So those are the colors we're going to be using. I've chosen to use sponge daubers for the techniques that we're going to do. Okay, so I have pumpkin, I believe, let's see here, that one is Cajun, olive, and copper clay. I moved them kind of up out of the way, but that's the four. Now you can also use blending brushes. If you have blending brushes, you want to use those instead, you can. But this first technique, we're going to do two colors, and so the outlines will be in, let me see if I can go over here. My light's going to shine on those, and I can't help that. But I'm going to use Cajun Craze and Old Olive. So we're going to use the smaller kind of oval leaf, and one is going to be, the outline will be in the Old Olive. So let's stamp that. Okay, and then we're going to clean. So yes, you'll need your Stampin' Chamois or cleaner right by, because we're going to be using that several times here. So there's that. And then I need the same image in the Cajun Craze. Ink that up. Okay. And we're going to be using both of these. So I'm going to leave both of them open. Let me clean this off. Alrighty. And then next, we're going to take the detailed image that matches this outline of the stamp here. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually ink this up with our daubers. So I'm going to start with the green, and I'm going to take my dauber, going to just tap that into and get lots on my dauber of the green, and I'm just going to add this onto my stamp, okay? Kind of just in the random, wherever you want it. Now I'm going to go with the Cajun Craze, which is this one, and ink that up, and I'm going to come around the edge, and then I'm just going to add a little bit more kind of in there. So there we are. I've got all, it's hard to see, but it's there. If you in person, you'll be able to see. So I've got the mixture of ink, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to stamp that in my I think I'll do this one in the Cajun Craze. And so I'm just going to kind of try to line this up, and I'm lining it up because these little sprigs that go to the side kind of match up. Okay, now can you see the different colors in that leaf? So that is a pretty cool technique. So instead of there's a technique where you can use markers and get a similar kind of look, and then here we're using the daubers. And so the more you go back with the daubers, the more ink you can get on there. So I'm cleaning it off. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my green and get some more ink on there with the green dauber. And let's go on this side this time. I'm gonna go a little heavier on the green, since that is the main color of the outline on this one. And then let's go back with the Cajun Craze and get some on the dauber. And let's see, I'm kind of in the middle with that one. So I'm going to go on the outline here. There we go. And they're each going to look a little different depending on how much green and how much of the other that you get on here. So now let's stamp that in my leaf outline here. I got to get up close enough so I can stamp it in there. Okay. And so you can see that that one looks just a little bit different. See that? So that gives you a kind of a multicolor leaf, like it's truly changing colors like it does on the tree. All right, let's close those up. Now I'm going to go ahead and clean this stamp off as I go. That way I know I won't make a mistake in getting things in the wrong, getting colors in the wrong thing. So there's that. Now, the only thing about this is you do have to cut these out. But look, I want you to see how fast it is to cut these out. If you don't like fussy cutting, this is an easy fussy cut, to be honest with you. And I'm just getting a little bit close. I am making sure there's a little bit of white around the outside. I'm kind of holding my scissors still and just cutting around this, and it won't take too long at all. But these do have to be cut out, okay? Now I forgot to mention, I guess, that you do need your cutter, your trimmer, or something to trim out the next thing that we have to do here. And actually we'll need our sponge daubers again for the next. You have some, what I want to say, you have, it's specialty paper in your envelope, and I'll get that all out here in just a second so you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, here's the card that we're making. I guess I should bring that in here so you guys can see that. That's what we're making. Hey, maybe I could do that, and it kind of hides that light. All right. All right, let's cut this other leaf out so that we're ready to put this together, and just a moment. So yeah, all of the leaves that we're doing, well, there are several leaves that I did that you're going to have to stamp and cut out, because there's no die or no punch for this little stamp set. But it's a really pretty stamp set, and the sentiments are very nice for fall. You can make some beautiful little cards with this set. Okay. All right, we've got those ready. So here's their next step, are these 4 little pieces. So in your kit, you have your envelope, and then you have Cajun Craze, and you have 2 white that are 3 3/4 by 5. Then you have a 3 by 3 piece, and I don't know how well you can see. I'm trying to see if I can tell in this. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to see this. In person, you have to turn it just right in the light to see the embossing of it itself, but it's there. So I'm going to move this to the side. I need to grab my trimmer here underneath me. And this is a 3 by 3. So you're just going to simply cut this at 1 1/2 and then 1 1/2. And that gives you 4 equal squares. So I'm going to lay this in here at 1 1/2, which basically cut that. And then this will be 1 1/2. And that's going to give me my 4 squares. Now, if you want to leave it all one whole piece, you're certainly welcome to make it your own and do that. But I wanted the 4 pieces to give it a little more dimension and interest in the look of the card. Okay, if I can get these off. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to grab my Pierce mat with my paper here, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of give these some sponging. Now, I probably have plenty of ink left on here, but I'm going to go ahead and just take some green and just kind of multicolor these, just give them the same kind of look where it's going to be multicolor. See, I've got plenty of color. You can see it a little bit against the white. See, there they are. They don't look quite as pretty as in person. It always looks so much different. Okay, now that's really heavy. I didn't want to get that heavy. So depending on how heavy you want the color, might have to use that one kind of underneath. Okay, and then I'm just lightly going over the wood grain that's in the paper. That's what I want to say. This is a specialty paper that you can get in 12 by 12 size, and it's a specialty paper that looks like wood grain. So you can color this in whatever colors you prefer. Again, you have a blending brush that will work just as easy as the green. Alrighty, so I did not do this as well as the first time, you guys, but that one looks pretty good. This one looks heavy duty on the fingers. Okay, so there we are. So they're just kind of green and Cajun Craze. It's going to match the leaves, but the leaves are going to be able to stand out. So Another thing, if you wanted to, you could take your leaf after you've got it done and you can go around the edges and make the edges green on the old olive. So make them old olive on old olive. I think I'm just going to go ahead and add that to the touch here and kind of highlight that color in. Okay, so there's that one. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the other one with the Cajun Craze and do the outside of that one. And it'll kind of set that off from the background a little bit more, just like that. All right, fabulous. Now we're just ready to put this together. On the front, we're going to stamp our sentiment, and I'm going to use Cajun Craze, and it is going to say, hello, Patty, welcome. We are going to, let's see here. I'm just looking at my phone, that's why I'm cockeyed. We're going to do You're Simply the Best on this one, and so just ink that up. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to kind of eyeball where I'm putting these so I know where I want to stamp, okay? This one I'm going to hide, this coloring, so I'm going to put that right here. I can put that leaf because that kind of got heavy-handed right there. So let's put that here. Let's come on in here. And all I'm doing right now is kind of getting an alignment so I know where I want to stamp. I'm not gluing these down yet. Okay, see that? I'm just getting an idea of where I want to stamp my sentiment. So there we are. So I'm going to come about right there with my sentiment and clean that off. Hello everybody, I see a few more of you jumped on. Welcome. Okay, got that. All right, and then on the inside, if you do want to stamp a leaf on the inside, you can go for it. Actually, I think I'm going to, well, no, because I'm not going to go ahead and take the time, but stamp the leaf on the inside if you would like. I'm going to put it that way, okay? All right, now we're ready to put this together. And I want these raised, and so I'm going to grab my dimensionals here, and we're going to pop these up. So let's start with this one and get it kind of lined up here. Let's see, making sure I can get about the same amount of edging there. I want that here, and it doesn't have to be centered. You put it where you could have more at the top than the bottom, whatever works for you. Okay, it's your card. It doesn't have to look exactly like the photographs. For those of you that have your kits and have those, if you decide that you want to join my mailing list, I'd be happy to email you a recipe card so you know what size everything is. And I think I got that crooked. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just looking crooked. Does that look crooked? I need to hold it. This one's crooked. I need this one to shift over at the top. It's just a little too crooked for me. I'm going to try to get it off there without peeling too much of the paper up. There we go. All right, straighten up. There we go. All right, that looks straighter. There, that looks better. All right, two more here. And again, this one is going to, I'm going to kind of hide where I did this. Hello, Bobby. Hi, Sue. Welcome, you guys. We're working on the first card for the craft along, and again, if you got the kit, you got the email also with the color tutorial, but this is your video to help you create your products. I made a boo-boo. Too heavy-handed on that one, but we're going to hide it because there's no mistakes in stamping. All right, take those. All right, let's do this one. I'm going to put a little more orange on the outside of this one, or the Cajun Craze really is the color. And so all I'm doing is getting a little bit, almost like a window pane, I guess, if you will. You can see how I've got that, right? And then I am also going to put dimensionals on these leaves. So let's take this. Now, if you decide you're going to mail these cards, they should mail just fine. One of the fun things to do is take some scrap cardstock that you have or something, and you can put that on the top of where you have your gems and things of that, so that, let's see here, I'm going to bring that kind of right there. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so your gems are protected as they are mailed. So I'm going to bring this one kind of this way. We're going to kind of tuck it right over here like that. Okay, so there's our two leaves. And last but not least, you have extra cord. I just cut little pieces for mine, but you should have plenty to tie yourself a bow. And we're going to put a little bow with the copper color twine in your kit there. So you can make that smaller, bigger, whatever works in the space that you have, whatever your liking is. This one looks a little bigger than what I did before, so I don't know. I think, is that what I want? I'll cut the tails off a little bit. So of course you always need dimensionals and mini glue dots and your take your pick tool and all those fun things whenever you're crafting with me. That's what I have in my basic stamper kit, so I have everything ready when I want to use a tool. It's at my fingertips. Alright, so let's go kind of right here with our bow, and I'm going to get that on the top, and then I need to grab my scissors and I'm going to trim this a tad because it's kind of wild. And let's see, bring that down here a little more. Okay, so there is the front of my card. I guess that, no, it looks a little crooked to me. I'm just looking crooked tonight, I guess. Hello, Carol, welcome. I hope that you guys are enjoying, that you're not caught in all this messy weather. I feel terrible for these poor folks in that North Carolina area. Sad. Devastating. Okay, so then that's going to go on the front of your card. And last but not least, we're going to take our little gems. Where did I put them? Let me see. I thought I put them right here. Yep, that's what happens sometimes. Gracious me. Hello. Where are you? Way over here. Okay, so this one is going to get 3 green. I've decided to go with the green, keeping it the two color tones. And we're going to take a large green. If I can get a hold of it there. Come on. I think I need some more putty out here. Who else is joining us? Okay, goodness gracious, come off of there. There we go. And I'm just going to put the 3 of them kind of right here. So there's one, and a small, and another small, right like that. And there's card number 1. Okay, so again, you can stamp yourself a pretty little leaf on the inside to jazz up the inside, right? Okay, so card number 1. So much prettier in person. Okay. Oh, I forgot. This goes on the inside. This is what you would stamp on, I guess. And this is for the inside. For your sentiment, because this color is a little bit dark, and so that way you have a nice space to write your sentiment. Okay, there we are, card number 1. Card number 2 is a fun fold, and it is also a special technique, I guess, using embossing folders. So this is our second card. Okay, you can see the different colors on the leaves there. And then it opens like this, and it opens like this. Okay, so fun. So in your envelope, you have these pieces. And of course, stamp some leaves on your envelope as you are stamping everything. Again, I've already pre-cut and stamped, pre-stamped and cut out the leaf that we're going to use for this project. And now this die, let me see, it comes from the tags that go with greetings of the season. I just happen to have it here. I've been doing some Christmas cards for my classes coming up. And this is one of the dies that I used, and that's in your kit. And then you have crumb cake. Then I have embossed that for you, so you know you already have all the embossing done. And then the cardstock that you have two pieces to create this fun fold. And this piece, I believe, is 4¼ by 5½. This is 7½ by 5½, scored at 3¼ and 6½. And then this piece is 3¾ by 5, and then there is two pieces that are 3 by 5¼ and then your designer paper comes from the Iconic Celebrations, which is the acorns. Now, I thought the acorns went well with the fall leaves, but this is also a nice color, which will go well with this too. So you could use whichever side you'd like. This is just a little extra to go on the bottom here. So those are the parts and pieces. So we're going to set this and this aside. We're gonna stamp, we'll take these things since that's what we're using the inks on. And we're gonna put our fun fold together here in just a minute. Okey-doke. All right. So here's what we're doing. So this is the reason that using the sponge daubers, you can really be more precise in where you want your color on the embossing pieces. Hi, Nancy. So let's lay that there, and then let's just start out. Now this one I'm using Cajun Craze, Old Olive, and Pumpkin Pie. Okay, so let's start with Pumpkin Pie. And again, sponge daubers are a nice, easy tool to have in your things, and you color these however you like. Now again, I'm going to tell you, you will want to go lighter, not as heavy-handed, and then work your way up in the colors, okay? Start lighter and then go heavier if that's what you really want happening, okay? So you can see that, let me bring this up. See how I got around the outside of that embossed one more than I kind of did on that one? So it just depends on how much you want things to be a certain color. And you'll see, I'm not going to take a lot of time. I'm just bringing this orange in different areas, okay? Just like that. All right. Let's see. I think I need to come down here with this one. You see, I didn't have to go in there twice with my dauber. You don't need tons of ink on there. So let's close this up for now, as I'm going to close them up as I'm going. So let's go with the green. And this is the Old Olive, so grab some of that. And again, very light touch to get some of that color on there, because the harder you push down, the more heavy the color is going to come out. So it really depends on what you're looking for. Okay. I need a little more green on this one, and there we go. Let's just whip some of this color out. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the Cajun Craze. These are wonderful fall colors. Hi, Linda. Yep, this is a special class I'm teaching, Linda. All right, so if you want the recipe for these projects, you can make sure that you're on my email list. And that link is popping up as we're commenting. It's also available in the description of the video at the beginning. So yeah, you can go there and make sure you're on my email list if you'd like this free color recipe card. The video itself is your tutorial. So yeah, meaning telling you how to put it together exactly. All right, I'm going to go back. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, see, I've still got some things to do. I'm trying to decide what color I want more of. And I'm kind of thinking I want a little more of the green. So let's go back to the green and pull in some green over here where I've got some leaves left that are raised. Mix that in. Right there's a little bit. And again, as you start putting the colors on, then you're going to see, oh, well, I need a little more of this color here and a little more of that there. So that's what's actually happening. I want a little more of the, and I might have enough color, but I just want to make sure, so that's why I'm opening my ink pads. Right here, I think I want a little more orange there. I've got one little leaf right there, here. Right here some. And then when you rub this color on there, it actually just makes the embossed part of the leaves, see how they're just come alive? And that's what you want. Alrighty? So, let me see here. Okay, there we go. I think we're good. I just want to see all of the image. That's what I want to say. All right, now, Cajun Craze is what I used for the sentiment, so let's grab that out. And we're going to set this to the side. Let's grab our tag that I've done for you. And we are going to use the sentiment that says, some things never change. Okay, and then I need to get up close, guys, so you see the top of my head, I'm sure. All right, let's see, about right there. Kind of not right at the edge, but a little more to the right than the left. And that's because your leaf is going to go on there. Oh, we need Cajun Craze. We're going to leave that open because we're going to stamp some leaves on the inside before we put this together. Hi, Shar, welcome. All right, so there's that one. I don't know if that was cleaned or not, but we're going to clean it again. All right, so tag, you get to go there. All right, so on the inside, just right in this section, and which is right here, it's so here's your piece. You've got a score line here and a score line here. We're going to be stamping on this piece right here, okay? So let me make sure. Yes, that is exactly what we're doing, this one right here. So what I'm going to do is lay this down, and we are just going to stamp a variety of the leaves. You don't have to do this if you don't want, but I chose to, and I just thought it made it very interesting in the inside of the card. Along with being a fun fold, those are always interesting. So let's do that. And I need one over here. You guys like how I'm doing a shift shaping there? Okay, so there's that. So now, I'm trying to see, I think I did full strength, so that's what we're doing. So let's go ahead and grab some ink, and I can't see where I'm at, so I got to turn it this way to get, I'm trying not to get out of the view of you here, but I've got to be able to see. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this like right there. Okay, good job, Barb. And this will lighten up some after it soaks into the paper. So if you think it's too dark, you could stamp off, but I think it'll be all right because I'm pretty sure that it just soaks in after a little bit of time. Alrighty, so last one, and this is all just Cajun Craze to match the paper. Okay, that's got to get cleaned, and now I need this leaf. Who else just joined? Welcome, you guys. Thanks for being here. This is a really nice little stamp set if you like leaves. If you just like kind of the fall stuff. Oh, I didn't stamp that very well. Let's go there. There we go. This is a nice little set for fall. I think it can make beautiful sympathy cards if you have different sentiments you want to use. Um, how about some guy cards? You know, it's not all foo-foo. If the guys don't like foo-foo, you know. All right, there's that. So now let's clean these stamps before I go on to something else and then not have them stamped or cleaned, and I'll be in big trouble. All right, clean, clean. All part of the process, right? When we're stamping. Okay, and I already cleaned those. Did I clean that one? I don't know, but we're going to do it again. Okay, that's all the stamping we have, unless we stamp on the envelope. And again, because we're doing this as a time frame, I don't want to stay longer than an hour. I think that that'll be good. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to put this together, all right, and I think that, so you've got stamping here. So what we're going to do is open this up, and your designer paper is going to go right here on this side, and you can do whichever side you prefer, the acorns or the, with your kit, you can do the acorns or the dots, and that's just going to get a little border all the way around. And then you have the 2 pieces of crumb cake, and those well, I'm going to put this one on next, right here. And I'm going to place this, yeah, this should fit the same. This should fit right in the area and give you a nice little frame around the edges. Okay, I think I got that pretty good. Okay, so there's that. Now we're ready to put the piece to make the fun fold. So this piece right here, what you're going to do is you've got this piece right here that's already pre-scored for you. I did that in, you know, as I sent the kits. So make sure that's like that. You're going to put adhesive on, let's see here, make sure I've got this right. Yeah, so you're going to put adhesive right here. Now you could use glue, adhesive, sticky strip, whatever you prefer. I'm just going to put a lot of adhesive, and I think I'll be just fine because our adhesive really does do well. But you can see I'm just making sure I have it all the way from top to bottom, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to, so this, let's do this. You're going to take, it doesn't matter, you haven't done anything with this yet, right? So you're just going to take this and you're going to put it on this corner, butting it right up to the edge, right to the edge there, okay? Just like that. Okay, it looks kind of funky, but that is the way that you do it, because here is your fun fold, here and here. See that? Just like that. This now is the same size as these panels, so that your 3-inch piece by 5 1/4 is going to fit and have a nice little frame right here, just like the other 2 panels. All right. Okay, so let's get this matched up so that it is even top and bottom, just like that. And then that other little piece of designer paper, I just put that in there, and so you can add that to bring that right in over here. And you'll have both sides that you can stamp a sentiment, write a message, whatever works, okay? So you just kind of bring this all in together, okay? There's that, and there's that. I kind of went a little uniform there, but, you know, kind of go off the page a little bit like I did there. This one, here's this one. That one's a little more random. So, all right, now here's the front of our card, and what we're going to do is turn this over, or close our card rather, and then this is going to go on the front. Now I'm going to tell you that if you look at your embossing that you have in your kit with this piece, there is one big leaf right there, okay? I want that leaf going up. I want the corner that has the most space I want that at the top. And so that's going to go here. Boy, I'm just got little pieces everywhere. Okay, so that's going to get centered in the front, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to take the leaf that you've already stamped and pre-cut all of your leaves for each of your kits. We're going to take some, I'm going to actually, I think, how do I want to do this? Hang on, if I can get a hold of it. This is going to go right up here with dimensionals. I've got a couple dimensionals, or one big dimensional there. I'm running out of this package, this piece, and so I think I'm just going to go ahead and put that here. And I'm going to go ahead and put this down. Let me see here. What do we have? I just have that tied and on there. I did not go through the hole. I did not tie it through the hole, so you don't have to worry about stringing it and getting it through the hole. All right, so this little guy is kind of going to go at an angle. Right there. The fun part is you can take this and just take your finger and just kind of curl it up, and it'll look really great. Then I need some, I want my leaf to be kind of right there. So I only need a little bit of adhesive here, and then I'm going to put a dimensional on this side, because so it will be the same height. Okay, so I'm just going to take this. The glue is going to be on the white, and let's do that there. So that's what we have. And last but not least, you'll take your green twine that you have, and this one is doubled, so your piece, you should have plenty to take that. And I'm just going to make a double, 2 layers, and I'm just going to make a bow. And this is how I do it. And then okay, there's my 2 pieces, and again, you just adjust that to the size that you want it to be. I'm going a little bit smaller. Get that. See there? You're going to do kind of like that. So let's get my ribbon scissors here. I was just looking to see who else just joined. I know that Mondays are not a normal night that I'm on, but because this is something different than our Facebook Lives on Thursdays, that's why I chose Monday. And thankfully, life is smooth right at the moment. You know, you guys know I had this oral surgery. My tooth is finally feeling better. It's 2 weeks tomorrow that I actually had to have that extraction done, and ooh, I'll tell you, that was a doozy, but I'm good. It could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. Okay, so there we are. Now, see how I didn't go up as high? You can see the difference here. I'm down a little bit farther here. So if you wanted to, depending on how much space you have, far you go up with your leaf and your sentiment, you might want to add more gems up in there. So with that, what did I, hey, they're over here on the side. What I have left is I have 1 green one, and so then I'm going to take one of each of the other colors, and here, take your pick tool. Let's take this green one that's left. I'm going to put that right here. This is trash. And then we have a small this one is more of the Cajun Craze color right here. This one's a small. Put that one in the middle. And there's no exact spacing. Whatever looks good to you, go for it. And then yellow, that one is a big. So big, little big, or whatever suits your fancy with your embellishments there. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to take another yellow one. Actually, I think I'm going to put a couple up here because I've got a little extra space. So let's take one of the dark little ones. How How about one of the, we'll take the orange, the pumpkin. There we go. Oh, Barb, that's too close. I want that. That's too close to, like, right next to each other. I don't like that. I'm, yeah, there. That's just better for me. I get fussy with those things. All right, so there is card number 2, and that's a fun fold. Just imagine how the fun things. That'd be a pretty nice Christmas card design with the this layout, right? So card number 2 is complete. Okay, right there. All right. So next card is pretty simple compared to the others. This is our next card right here. And your embossing is done for you. And basically you just have to stamp your leaves, fussy cut those out. Those are definitely on vanilla. These 3 I did do on vanilla. You have a vanilla envelope. And so there's all our pieces. And here's our 3 leaves. Now I did not put any gems on this one. I didn't put any gems on this one. So this, I am gonna take this and tie it into the hole just because I can. Oh wait, I better stamp first so it's even. Let's do that. This one I use the Old Olive. Now your card color is Mossy Meadow, which is 4 1/4 by 5, and this strip is 1 3/4 by 4 3/4. The other strip that I used did the embossing on. This one is Yours Simply the Best. And again, if you prefer to use other sentiments, go for it. I think these would make some pretty sympathy cards too if you needed a sympathy card kind of right now in your life. So there's that. If, you know, using different sentiments. I'm just using what comes in the nice little stamp set that was part of your kit. All right, let's go ahead and put the, this one is more of the copper twine. And so all I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to kind of tie a knot, kind of equal out your trim so that you can tie a bow and go for it. Now, if you don't want to put it through the hole, just tie your bow and put it on with a mini glue dot. That works just as easy too, okay? So there we are, just like that. Pull that a little bit. So there's my sentiment. Let's put these together. This is Basic Beige, which is really becoming a nice favorite of mine in the neutrals. So, all right, so this is going to go just over on the left, leaving about, what is that, about a 1/4 of an inch on the side, like that. You could bring it over more, whatever works for you. And let's put our leaves on, and these are popped up with dimensionals. So let's do a couple on each leaf. Just because these are a little bit longer and you don't want them to sag and be weird. So there, and this one and this one. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and we will put this one is, I believe this is the Copper Clay. This one's Copper Clay, Pumpkin Pie, and Old Olive. That's the 3 colors I used on this one. So this is going to go like right here. And the orange one is here. Let's do this, the green first, and then I'll know where to space that middle one. That's kind of going to go like that. And the orange right there. It's really pretty. if you guys, I know many of you guys follow me, but if you're a new follower of mine, fall is my favorite time. I, I, I love making fall cards as much as I love making Christmas cards because there's just so many pretty things, right? All right, so this is actually going to go, you can put it here, you can come up here. I kind of wanted the copper here to coordinate with these two colors, so I'm going to put it right there, just like that. Okay, and then this layer actually goes on, and I'm just going very slow, because if you don't go slow with your seal, it can pull your paper up because of the strength of the adhesive. So when it has embossing like that, so that's why I went a little slower. All right, and that just goes centered right here. And again, as you're stamping these leaves on your sheets of paper that you have, stamp some leaves on your envelopes, okay? Don't forget to do that. Okay, so there's that. Now, you have enough gems, plenty. If you want to add gems to this, I chose not to do any gems on this one. I think this would be a great guy card. All right, there's card number 3. This one went pretty fast, right? All right, and the last one is another fun fold, and this one was really fun, actually. So, get all these pieces. I'm going to show it to you here. So, this is the front. This flaps up, and then these go, this is like a gatefold that comes open. Okay? So, first thing we'll do is, I've already done these and cut them out, so I have those ready. So we have lots of stamping with the leaves, which is fun because we get to, you know, stamp the fun colors again. Now when you're stamping, you've got this piece of white, which is 5 1/4 by 4, and then this piece is 2 1/4 by 5 1/2. We're going to be stamping on both of these, but make sure that when you stamp on here, you're stamping the leaves on the right or the left. It doesn't matter, right or left, but we'll be stamping here, and we're going to be stamping on this one. So let's just go ahead and start stamping some leaves, okay? So I'm going to take this one. I like this one the best. I like the shape on this one. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to stamp one there, and then let's take this piece. I don't know if you can't really, I'm going to bring this down a little bit so you can see the card. Move myself, shift there a little. There you go. So that's what we're stamping. Thank you, Bobby. All right, let's stamp a few of these. So I've got kind of one up here. If I'm copying my design exactly, okay, that's what I'm doing, guys. So I've got one of these. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this because I'm done with this outline. And here it is. Let's go ahead and finish with the green. So I'm going to ink that up, but I'm wondering if I stamp it once and stamp it again, I think it's too light. So I'm going to just go ahead and stamp full strength. So this is the one on the front. It's going to go on the front of our card. So there. And then let's ink that up again. And we're going to, this is the inside of our card. So yeah, just stamp that and we'll just go to the next. And this is not designed, to be exactly precise. These are not designed to be exactly precise. So please don't think you made a mistake if you're a little bit outside the line. That's just how it is, okay? Yep, and I cleaned that one, right? I don't know. I'm going to do it again. Can't remember. All right, so there's the green. And then while I've got the green open, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment and just set it aside. Where are you? Over here. This one is the long sentiment, which says, some things never change. So let's just get that done and set that aside. And that is actually stamped right in the middle. Oh, I kind of went to the top. Yuck. Oh well. It's a handmade card, so it's going to do. All right. So there's that. Okay, so next we are going to take the other one and add some green in here. I've got sticky on here already. Can you believe that? That's why I need my silicone pad, Barbara. Okay, let's do the outline. I just like to do the outline first. That way I kind of know where I'm going. Okay, we're going to do an orange here and there. So this is kind of going to go here. And then I have one more kind of off the edge here. And then I don't want another green one there. So I'm done with this one in the green. And we'll use another color of that in a second. So let's get the, do you see that? I almost thought I was going to get my ink from my chamois. That doesn't work. All right, let's do this and there. And ink it up again. And let's get some over here. Just like that. Okay, we're done with that one. In the olive. So olive is closing up. Okay, let's use the copper clay on this one. And this one I'm going to do outline. Ink that up. So I'm going to do another one down here of this design. And let's do this one right here. Big there. Okay. How many of you like this two-step stamping? You know, that was the funnest thing when I, thanks Nancy, this two-step stamping I thought was the greatest thing when I first started with Stampin' Up! To get such a great design with using the two stamps, you know. Alright, and then this one goes right there. Nice. And then now we're going to pumpkin pie. Speaking of pumpkin pie, it's a few more weeks and we have, well, no, not a few more, but pumpkin pies are out at Costco and they have the best pumpkin pies, in my opinion. I love their pumpkin pies. All right, my pretty stamp, that one is going to go here and clean that and go here. Now I want to show you, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to see if you can see it. Can you see, I don't know. There's too much ink right here. And the reason I say that is it's going to give me these dots that I don't want. So I'm going to ink that off. And I'm going to try again and not push so hard. There, that's much better. So I don't have these weird dots. That just tells me that my pad's too juicy if I get these funky dots where I don't want them. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if you can see that. See, like there's some dots right there. It just means that my pad was a little juicier. And you can see it's a little darker on the edges. Yeah, so that's a thing. All right, so next we got, and so how do you fix that? I'm going to do it because it's bugging me. I'm going to grab my spoon and I'm just going to move that ink over out of the way a little bit so it's not so juicy on the top. See the difference in the color? That's because I've pushed the ink down in there. See, that's juicier. This is not as juicy. So that is, I know I've shared that a lot if you watch me often, but that's a great tip to make sure that your ink is the way that you really want it to be. So it's not looking funky is the right word. All right, I'm going to go in the darker area, so I have the dark here. And let's see here. Might have to, well, I guess that'll fit right in here nicely. Okay, we're going to go just like that. Took my, so there's the orange, and then we want one orange right here in this section. Just like that. That's going to go on the inside of our card. For this fun fold. Alright, so now on the section where I move the ink a little bit, it's just going to have a much nicer coverage. Okay, right there. Beautiful. And right here. Nice. Okay, inside the card and the front of the card. Okay, got all that done. So let's move these here out of the way. All right, I'm done with that, done with this. Okay, so now let's go ahead, figure out how this all goes together. All right, I'm going to set this here to the side, and we're first going to put this piece in. So what you have is Old Olive, which is 11 by 4 1/4, and this is scored at 2 3/4 on one side, and then you can take the other side and butt it up against the line, and then take your bone folder and score that down. Or you can score 2 3/4 and then turn it around and score it 2 3/4. Whatever works for you is easier for you. This goes on the inside of the card, and you know what? I'm not done stamping because I put "You're Simply the Best" on the inside. So let's do that. Some things never change. You're simply the best. Just like that. Oh, Barbara Diane, do you guys see what I did? Ugh, I got green on my thumb and got ink on my thing here. I think it's too big for me to try to scrape off with my ink eraser. That's kind of like a little sand thing that you can rub on there. I don't know, but we're going to leave it for the moment. Yeah, we're just going to leave it for now. Maybe I can sign my name there and it'll cover it up, right? We'll figure a way to make it work. Okay, let's put this on the inside of our card. Oh no, oh wait, shoot, darn it. Okay, well, this is why we have silicone pads, because I'm not ready to put that down yet. Okay, glad I caught that. So what we're doing is we need to take the piece that you have that is embossed. It's embossed with that Forever Plaid embossing folder. And what you're going to do is, I want to make sure that my directions show this correctly here. So, one second. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take this so that it comes down to here, and then this will get folded over. All right, you don't want to go this way because it's covering your whole card. So it goes with the shorter end. Your card's going to open like this, and this goes like that. All right, you following me? So what you're going to do is you're going to lay this down like that, and it might, now this looks like it got really nicely at one of the score lines, but basically what you're doing is you're just going to take this and you want to fold this over. Okay, if it does not fall on a score line, then make your own. See, it's already scored there, so it naturally kind of went that way for me, and so that's what I'm going to go with, just like that. Okay, now if this feels too big for you, you can trim it off a 1/2 inch or so. You can do that, which I think I'm going to do, just because it's be a little too bulky. So it doesn't have to be straight because it's going to go behind your white. So I'm not pulling out my cutter. I'm just going to trim that off. Okay. Now I will tell you this, that I want this to be strong underneath. So you can use glue or you can use adhesive. I think, and what you want to do is you need to make sure that this piece that you're going to glue down, okay, and then this folds over like that. So what am I saying? I'm saying that your glue is going to go on this piece, this little piece right here, not on the inside. Okay, you guys see how I have it folded? Your glue is going to go on the back side right here. Okay. I think I'm just going to use my adhesive. Oh, I can't use that. I've got an extra silicone over here to the right. That's how important silicone mats are. I have 2. I have two on my workspace all the time because I end up needing to inevitably. Okay, this is our last card. We're almost done. All right, this actually needs to be glued down before you put the inside. And that's because it's going to hide, that inside piece is going to hide. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting this on my front, kind of centering it where I want it to be, and then I'm going to push it and glue it down. Okay? I hope that makes sense. You guys follow what I'm doing here? Okay? So see, there's the back of your card, and then this is going to come up, and then this is going to open. Now we're ready to put this down. That's why I got ahead of myself. And so this is just going to go right in the inside, and you will, what I want to do, make sure that you've got it kind of even on the inside, top and bottom. And there you go. Okay? There's the inside. Now, just like that, it's going to close, and then that's going to come over top. Now we're going to add this piece that we just did right here. See that? It's going to go right over the front. Make this gorgeous card. Look at that. So pretty. All right. We'll add these after we're done. So let's go ahead and put this down. Now I do have this down flat. This is flat. Before you put this on though, you want to take your linen thread, which I need to grab mine right over here. I didn't have it in my little kit of stuff. Okay. And you should be able to wrap your linen thread. You have plenty to wrap around a couple times. So I'm just going to leave a piece hanging down so I can use this piece as my part of my bow. Take this, and you can decide which side you want your ribbon on. Do I want it that way? Do I want it this way? Let's see here. I think I'll do it this side. Decisions, and I'm just going to wrap it around once, twice, and then 3 times, and then I'm just going to take my thumb and I'm going to hold this piece that's the loose piece, and I'm going to let this come down and see how I'm evening that out. Now you'll have extra that you can just use, but I'm going to cut that off, and now I'm ready to tie this to secure it. Now, if you want to run it underneath these few pieces that you've done, you can do that. I'm going to do that. I put it underneath, and then I'm just going to tie my bow towards the top. Let's come up this way a little bit. There we go. All right, and then tie my bow, and just like that. Just make some just looks fallish, right? Okay, so there we go. And I'm just separating the little linen thread pieces a little bit to give it a little more, I guess, texture. Okay, there we are. That's what we got. And so now we're ready to add our sentiment on with dimensionals. And I got a couple pieces here. Look at that. It's going to be perfect. And let's do that. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm actually going to bring it over about right in here because I have a lot of white right there. But I'm going to put this right here. Okay, had to look to see where I was at, and of course it looks like it's crooked, but I think that might be my stamping, but I'm going to try to shift it a little bit anyway. There we go. that even looks more crooked. It must be how I stamped it. Oh well, there we are. Okay, so there's that. Now the big thing here is don't put adhesive all the way on the sides. You only want adhesive on your yellow piece right here, your lemon lolly. Okay, so if you want to, you could take this, and you know that it's got to be like this, right? So what you can do is you're just going to leave it here, take your adhesive, and just go ahead and put lots of adhesive because it's embossed. You want to make sure it's going to stay well, and make sure you don't go outside of your yellow. And then this is just going to turn over and kind of put that in the middle wherever you want, like that, just like that. Okay, there, open, open. Now you've got these three pieces, so we're just going to do them flat, and I've done the same colors I did on the front. Actually, I'm wondering, I don't think, yeah, that is, I think this one's Cajun Craze. Let me see. Nope, it's Copper Clay. Good job, Barb. And then, let's see, we'll put one over here, and what color is this one? We'll put this one like that, just like that. And then you've got your leaves on the inside. And now you have plenty of little gems left to put all over. You'll have green. I used all my green that I had left. So we're going to use a combination of what we have. So we've got the Cajun Craze here. Let's get a yellow. And I'm just going to be fitting them in the spots to fill the spots. I'm going to actually put some on my yellow here also. And let's come up over here. Let's do one there. And this one kind of there. Just wherever you want them to be, you know. And this one just looks pretty. It just looks like almost like falling leaves with the different colors, you know. All right, let's grab this other big one and come right there. Just do whatever you feels good, you know. And there you are. So there's the two side by side that I did. All right, that is the 4 cards. And let me move this, and we'll grab all the cards and put them out so you can see all 4 together. And hopefully you'll make some of these cards. All right, so here's this one, and this one, and this one. So, how do you like them, you guys? Give me a comment if you're just watching this as the replay. Hopefully you'll be, I don't know if I can, let me see if I can bring this in a little bit so you can see all of them together. There we go. So see if I can get here, here. Maybe let's do this because these are tall, right? And there and there. I think you can see them all now. Goodness, Barb. There we go. There's our 4 cards for this evening. I'm going to bring them in. There we go. A little bit more so that you can see all the cards together. Let me know. Thank you, Taryn. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Carol. Thank you guys for watching. I'm so thankful that you decided to jump on. It took a little more than an hour, but start to finish without cutting the leaves. Enjoy your projects. I'm going to pop up here to the top again, where just my face, and say thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time out on your Monday. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching. I'm just thankful. Hopefully you'll join me again on Wednesday. I'm incorporating at least 1 Christmas card a week as I do my lives through Christmas. And just so much stuff coming that's good. So if you have any questions at all, remember, make sure you join my email list if you want to get this free recipe card for these 4 beautiful cards. Thank you, June. Can't wait to see what to come with the Christmas. Oh, I know. I'm excited. I've been working on some things using the sophisticated sled dies only. They're gorgeous. I can't wait to show them on Thursday. So you guys have a great evening or day whenever you're watching this, and I just hope you have a great one. Blessings. Bye-bye.